else.
Alright, ready? Let's part two. Team James for Worlds.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you watched the previous episode, you kind of saw that
We didn't even have Moo Moo. We had PP Max.
PP Max and Cineroar, Effects for Moonkus kind of saved us in the first game, and kind of our opponent not being optimized in sort of how he deals with Xerneas saved us the second game. So we're being pretty saved at the moment. This matchup though looks a bit daunting, and
This is like the Angel Miranda team, isn't it?
yeah, that Venusaur Groudon is so threatening. Especially if it's able to sort of...
Don't you just lead Lunala or Mingus? Oh no, you don't have Grassdots, so you'd have to like... I think Lunala has to be a lead though. Doesn't it?
I think our game plan for this game can be entirely based upon, okay, if we can kill this Groudon, our stack attacker should be able to win this game. Because it's got that safety goggles item, because it's got sort of Gyro Ball to deal with sort of Xerneas and Cineroar, or not Cineroar, Xerneas, Coco, even that Gyro Ball for that Venusaur, Stone Age for an Incineroar.
Does it have Wide Guard?
It does have Wide Guard, so if we ever come to a situation where he's just locked into P-Blades, if we know he's banded, we can just click Wide Guard and save ourselves. So I think we can just go hard into Xerneas and Cineroar here, sort of bring the Stacker and bring the Lunala.
Yeah, because like it seems like with a lot of like the premise that I'm seeing is you either have fake out support for Xerneas, and then you have a rage powder option, or like a redirection option. I think that's where it's really strong, and that's where I think like when you look at the stage of flowchart team building in like especially in this metagame, like we're essentially at the end point of the metagame. I feel like halfway point. Like as soon as Bridge Regionals happens for Australia at least, like the metagame is effectively over.
I mean there'll only be local events sort of that time of year, and with the format changing January 7th, and it's a pretty significant sort of format change. We're gonna see Z-Moves being introduced, and that's sort of a whole new ball game, really.
That's definitely something to consider as well. Like,
so we see our Incineroar Intimidate goes first. So we could see sort of maybe a potential electric move from this Coco. We could also see maybe along the lines of a taunt from the Coco. So I think it's pretty safe to sort of just go like fake out their Incineroar and click Moonblast into their Coco in case they go for something like a taunt.
Or a Roar, yeah, like
they could Volt Switch here, and I mean nothing wants to sort of switch into a... They go straight for the taunt into Xerneas. So
I really dislike taunt on Coco. I think it's such a bad
Taunt's a very good move, especially if I went for Geomancy there, because it stops me from sort of protecting, it stops me from doing anything. The Coco actually leaves the Moonblast. So I think from this turn...
I feel like just knocking off that Incineroar and then like going into like Stack Attacker.
I think we could knock off the Incineroar. I mean, I think our Xerneas, especially if he...
Or Dazzling Gleam.
We could like just get some chip on that Incineroar and go Dazzle, because we could see a Volt Switch here into like a Dawn or something like that. And I mean, Volt Switch plus Flare Blitz is probably not killing us at -1, especially even if he brings in the Sun.
Yeah.
Go straight for Light Screen actually.
This is support Coco and it's so bad.
I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, look at that damage. That's doing nothing.
Yeah, but at the same time they're like...
He's gonna knock off my he's gonna knock off my Incineroar.
It's a critical hit, Shady Penguin.
Yeah, we're gonna knock him off. He's gonna be Arguaf, so he's gonna be 50%. So maybe he was potentially carrying that Roar. So we don't fake out knock off. We probably should expect a
I feel like Groudon's gonna come in here for free.
I think Groudon's not a pretty big threat here.
He's gonna SD this turn, surely. I feel like Flare Blitzing the Groudon this turn and just going for another Gleam.
I think there's no reason to not double the Dawn. I think we can just go straight for a Moonblast this turn. Just try and get as much chip as possible, because we need our Specs Moonblast to do, as you said, as much as possible.
Yeah, like this is the whole reason he's bringing in Xerneas now. Like this is a power play for him.
Yeah. He's gonna go for that P-Blades.
Potentially.
This Moonblast is gonna do... Yeah.
Where's the miss? And with Stack Attacker in the back... Oh, so he's only slipped comfortably.
Yeah, we're Eevee pretty strong to live P-Blades. As we can see, he's not sort of.
If you have Wide God Second Attacker, isn't this just like I nearly go Lunala here.
Well, my Xerneas taunt ran off, so it's very weird because he sort of.
I feel like Stack Attacker is probably the play, and then try and Geo Mirror, like Wide God Geomancy, then
Like that.
because you Wide God Geomancy and then just Gyro Ball the next turn and go for Moonblast in the ground. I'm like,
Yeah, but like for his Xerneas, Moonblast should be KOing my Xerneas if he's especially timid. Just because the way, if he's faster, this is going to be a bit of a pain.
you can't risk P-Blades this turn though on your.
I don't mind protecting the stacker though, because I don't think we need sort of the Xerneas for the end game.
So you're gonna Moonblast that Groudon again then?
Yeah, I'm gonna Moonblast the Dawn slot, or maybe even potentially Dazzle, because we're expecting maybe sort of a berry on it.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna lock yourself into Spec Psyshock next turn anyway. He protect, he attack, it's Stack Attacker.
Because you can always go for that wire guard option. The oh, okay. Okay.
He hit that as
Get to Fire Punch, and that's probably gonna.
we should have geoed. Imagine if we geoed that turn like I said we should have. Katz! Why didn't you listen to Bird? He's a good pop player. Gyro, I was to say Gyro this turn.
No, I think we just want to switch in our Lunala. I think we need to sort of switch in our Lunala because I think we need sort of stacker
For that Xerneas.
for that Xerneas.
That could be like Life Orb with the Henry Hobbit set. Do you want to Moonblast the Xerneas this turn then? Just keep that chip coming on the Xerneas.
I think if we kill the Groudon, nothing sort of kills. I mean, Focus Blast kind of kills the stacker.
But he's got a hit though.
I just don't want to be locking into Psyshock at the end of the game.
Yeah, what?
Like, because of the Incineroar sort of
Does he have
situation.
Incineroar? I thought we killed Incineroar.
No, he just goes for straight for Moonblast onto the fucking. So this.
I told you. Should have GM-entered last time. Miss. Oh, yes. And that should be. She's got Coco.
Oh, he did kill Incineroar. What's my bad?
Yeah, he's got Coco in the back on like 1 HP, remember?
Yeah, true.
So this turn you just Specs Moonguy Speed in the ground, Gyro Ball the Xerneas.
Yeah, like, I mean, if he hits the Focus Blast, he kind of just hits the Focus Blast.
Or you can protect this turn and.
No, I think it's just gonna be like.
Can he hit a Focus Blast? He Moonblasts.
No, Moonblast.
He's gonna P-Blades then.
Yeah, he's definitely going for the P-Blade, so we should pick up here.
It should be a double KO, easily.
That Focus Blast zone just threw us straight off, I mean.
But it actually helped us a lot though, because we haven't got the P-Blade miss, like that's what gave us game. Stack Attacker using Gyro Ball.
I mean, even if he got the P-Blades hit, I don't think that Moonblast would be doing enough to sort of kill Lunala. So again, pretty fortunate. I mean, that's just. I guess we just have to. That's what good VGC players do, yeah.
Yeah,
we see, he has that Incineroar at the back. So, because we killed the Keiko after he clicked the light screen. I think light screen's still intact. So, from the looks of things,
No.
it is like clay because as we can see on the bottom screen, it says 3 out of 8.
Yeah.
And that's also an important thing to note.
Same
with
as
sort
rocks and stuff like that.
because as you can see, usually only says something for sort of 5 turns, like the harsh sunlight and stuff. But if it actually was that heat rock Groudon, or item like that, like light clay and stuff like that, it changes depending after.
So
the
you can
fifth turn.
automatically see this as soon as you've seen, like, or does that, like, because I know with Showdown mechanics it's only once, like it would go for 5 turns. You didn't Gyro Ball the Instant, not go for Stone Edge.
Go for Stone Edge, like there's
Don't
no
be a
reason not
pussy.
to. But like yeah, it will only change depending on after the 5th turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. Stone Edge has the correct mechanic. I think this Moon Guy's beam Stone Edge will be like pretty close because.
Stone Edge should just kill it straight up. I don't think he has much to kill the stacker. We've got a defense boost. It doesn't really matter unless we miss like all 8 of our Stone Edges. I think we're fine. Yeah, and the first one hits, so this game's over.
Yeah, too easy.
So like preserving that stacker just meant a lot because once that Groudon was down,
We defeated mine on Larombe.
we're 4-0.
4
4-0.
Mate, this is going to be my Bruce Regionals records, and this is where I start joking.
I mean, maybe some extra damage here, extra damage there may have changed. He could have potentially kept
That P-Blade's mismattered the most, though.
I don't think it mattered too much in the grand scheme of things because I don't think Moonblast would have picked up our Lunala.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we didn't really get to reveal that wide guard in the end, which I mean could have helped, especially if he just wanted to. If we got it to a sort of end game where it was maybe Incineroar.
Yeah, I think as well.
Incineroar Groudon versus Lunala Stacker.
Okay, we're playing a Klutz Lopunny, which will have Switcheroo.
No, I think this Lopunny, like,
Or Encore.
what's its normal speed regardless of the Mega Evolution?
105.
105.
But its main ability is like Klutz, so it could be like Entrainment or something like that as well. You could be like Scarf Entrainment. Because like, look at how weak his team is, besides Ferrothorn, to the Xerneas. Like, I nearly lead Ludicolo Lunala. Like,
I think Ludicolo Lunala is a pretty good lead as well.
and then I'd nearly lead a Moongus Xerneas in the back. Like,
I'd probably go more the Incineroar, just in case if we need to sort of hit that Ferrothorn with Flare Blitz.
let's trick that specs onto that.
Even if it's rain, because he's got 2 grass types, and that just bypasses the Moongus Rage Powder. We don't have Payapa on the Amoongus, so Lele's Psychic will pick it up in terrain because we have no terrain sort of control on this team.
Yeah.
So he could just have Psychic terrain as much as possible. Double Fake Out's nice, but yeah, I'm assuming he might bring the Lele, maybe not, because we've got this Lunala. But yeah, it could just be a simple sort of Ludicolo versus Ludicolo lead we could be seeing as well. But if he goes down that route, I think we're sort of better in that matchup because we have the Assault Vest with Recovery rather than the straight up Grass Knot. But we'll see. I mean, I think that is our best lead, sort of, to lead that Ludicolo with that Lunala.
It's definitely, like, it is. Oh, I got to get the mouse off the screen. Whoops.
Listen, I've been this whole time.
Probably, but it doesn't matter. People know I'm not a professional. There's a reason for that.
And we just see the Lopunny Lunala. This could be very dangerous because we could see something along the lines of a potential after you Moongeist Beam.
Into our own Lunala.
So yeah, he clicks after you Moongeist Beam into his Lunala too. So I think we're just gonna. It doesn't have inner focus, yeah.
No, it doesn't. Its ability is mainly clubs.
So I think we can just fake out this Lopunny and go for a speed tie.
But Moongeist Beam, like, I really think of Scalding would have been better, the better play, but I can definitely see why that reasoning is.
Well, since we're like a massive.
It's also the fast fake count that it's going to have as well. So.
And we lost a speed tie, so this is a great start to this game.
I thought Moongeist Beam doesn't ignore Shadow Shield.
It doesn't, but it's a 4 times effective move. So, okay. So he's not a boosting item. So,
what was that, James Katz? Are you saying that I was wrong?
This should kill because we're that specs item. So since he wasn't specs,
I could tell you I wasn't specs from the beginning. I told you that.
If any sort of boosting item, like a Spooky Blade, Expert Belt, anything like that, we would have been KO'd there. But because of this,
brings in this Ferrothorn.
I think we can just go straight up for the kill on the Ferrothorn with a HP Fire Moongeist Beam. I mean, unless this
Yeah.
Or we can we can play it safe. We can bring in Incineroar.
No, go for HP.
We can bring in Incineroar and go Moongeist Beam into the Ferrothorn. Oh, we could go HP.
I see. If you're gonna switch in,
His Lopunny might go for like a knockoff or something like that.
Doesn't get knockoff.
I don't know. He could go for any move that kills the Lunala at this stage.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, it'd have to be like.
And I think I still want to preserve my Ludicolo.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But
because I think that's important.
Especially because I think, by the way that he hasn't brought out the other Pokemon in the back, I definitely think it's like Kyogre or something. See, you shouldn't have bitched it.
No, this is completely fine. I mean, keeping a preserved Ludicolo, having this fake out because he doesn't have terrain control, still is very important. We're probably going to see an attack into this Lunala, actually.
Yeah.
Which means I think we essentially can get a free Geomancy if we really want to.
I mean, the other thing to note about this as well is that he does not have the what's it called on the back? The Lele for first. Like I'd probably, in all honesty, bring in Ludicolo, and just double fake out.
Like that just did so much, and yeah, the power whip's going straight into it's going to the Incineroar slot.
Fake out. I don't reckon just fake. I just reckon double tag that Kyogre. Like let's get rid of that Kyogre or limit that Kyogre a bit because that Ferrothorn's in range now of a lot of things.
I mean, if we can go straight for, like Moongeist Beam into the Kyogre.
Because you just limit that Water Spout damage output.
Limit that Water Spout, get into sort of Giga Drain range. But not really afraid of anything else.
Ferrothorn's unless it's gonna have Leech Seed,
because we're keeping our Incineroar sort of safe as well. I mean, we can always bring it in. We can always switch it up with the Ludicolo. Yeah, next turn.
Sweet, lucky we didn't Moongeist Beam that slot because the Lopunny came back in.
We could see a Protect maybe from the Koga. Could not be Specs, but I'm expecting it's like some form of choice.
Yeah. It's gonna be after you Lop, so I think it's gonna be Specs. So that's really good that we stopped the.
We saw the flinch, yeah. We saw the flinch before the Lunala, so we know that is actually indeed Scarf Kyogre.
Yeah.
So I don't mind switching sort of into Ludicolo and just sacking the Lunala.
Like Lunala's done its job in this game. It's lived one hit, essentially, and then.
I mean, the Ludicolo should leave something like an Origin Pulse plus a return anyway.
I don't know what you don't. I think it'd be helping hand if anything. Like fake out having I feel like it takes on that Siren roll. Oh, Lunala avoided.
Lunala avoid. So yeah, this series has been very fortunate in terms of what we've.
It's a crit. Fling. Mago Berry.
Oh, he's flung his own Kyogre to So maybe it was weakness policy Lunala. In the end, it could have been weakness policy Lunala to get that Fling Berry heal, and then sort of the adaptation of what Moga has made popularized with his Raichu team.
Yeah, which was a Boyd idea apparently, or something like
that.
I feel like it's not a massive tech, so that I feel like nearly switching out Lunala.
I think we can just straight up just Giga Drain the Kyogre and Moongeist Beam. If he wants to switch in a Ferrothorn, we can just because this game essentially, we're just waiting rain turns. We're just doing that. We've always got a Ludicolo, and the match was forfeited anyway.
It's GG.
So
that's the end of this episode again, because that's another 2 games. Is that good, Katz?
I mean, yeah, ended abruptly, but yeah.